From a simple fresh pork leg, time and meticulous care gradually transform it into premium Serrano ham. Flavorful, rich, and always a welcome sight on the dining table. What's remarkable is that this iconic dish requires very few ingredients: a bit of sea salt, thyme, patience, a love for the craft, and even the natural breeze. All of these elements come together to slowly dry the meat, deepen its flavor, refine its texture, and create an unmistakable aroma. So what exactly creates this magic? Let's dive into the intricate journey behind the world-famous Jamón Ibérico Serrano ham. Serrano ham originates from Spain, and its name comes from the Spanish word sierra, which means mountain range. This name is more than just a label. It reflects the traditional and refined Spanish method of curing pork legs by hanging them in the cool, dry mountain air. These natural conditions created the perfect environment for the meat to ferment slowly and develop its flavor naturally and safely. Over generations, the Spanish perfected this technique, uncovering the secrets to producing tender, fragrant, and sweet slices of ham so delicious they could be sold at incredibly high prices. In the 20th century, the production of Serrano ham became more standardized with strict quality control measures to ensure consistency and purity. Spain also began exporting this specialty to international markets. However, it wasn't until the late 20th century that the United States officially allowed the import of Serrano ham, as it had previously enforced very strict food safety regulations. Premium Serrano ham is made from the Basque pig, a rare breed descended from wild boars. These pigs are easily recognized by their small ears, dark skin, and distinctively long snouts. Native to the Basque region, they are traditionally raised on small family farms, scattered throughout valleys in the mountains. The meat of Basque pigs is known for its rich marbling with beautiful fat streaks running through the muscle, giving it a bold, slightly fruity flavor reminiscent of ripe fruit. Unlike pigs raised on industrial farms, these animals are raised naturally and slowly. Each sow gives birth to only 6 to 9 piglets at a time, and the young pigs are then allowed to roam freely on vast hillsides where they graze and play. On average, around 8,000 square meters of land is allocated for every 1,000 pigs, giving them plenty of space to move around. One of the most important stages of their upbringing is the acorn season, which lasts from October to March. During this time, their diet consists almost entirely of acorns. Each pig can walk up to 10 miles a day and eat up to 20 pounds of acorns. This special diet, combined with constant movement, helps the pigs develop high-quality fats that contribute to the ham's rich, distinctive flavor. Acorns are the secret ingredient behind the exceptional taste of premium Serrano ham. The oils from the acorns seep into the meat, creating fine marbling that melts in your mouth. Thanks to this free-range, natural lifestyle, the pigs grow more slowly, but are healthier and larger than those raised on commercial farms. After about 12 to 15 months, when they reach around 330 pounds in weight, they are sent for slaughter. Each carcass is assigned a unique identification code, marking the beginning of its transformation from fresh meat into a world-renowned delicacy. Serrano ham is made entirely from the hind leg of the pig. Once the leg is separated, it's frozen and transported to the processing facility. Upon arrival, the fresh legs are unloaded and go through a thorough inspection process. First, they're visually checked for any surface defects. Then each leg is weighed and sorted. Inspectors evaluate the uniformity, meat condition, fat content, minimum weight, and other acceptance criteria to ensure only the best quality legs move forward in the production line. Once they pass inspection, the legs enter the initial processing phase, starting with shaping. Skilled workers use specialized knives to trim away excess skin and fat in a signature V-shaped cut, carefully removing any unnecessary meat or fat. This not only gives the ham its characteristic look and consistency, but also helps the meat absorb salt evenly and cure properly, both of which are crucial to achieving the signature. Penetrate deeper into the muscle fibers, balancing the flavor and ensuring the entire leg has an even salt content, neither too salty nor too bland in any part. After this resting phase, the meat enters the first drying stage, where nature plays an important role in shaping the signature flavor of premium Serrano ham. On mild sunny days with strong winds, the chamber windows are open to let the natural breeze flow. Through the wind carries pollen and other natural particles that subtly infuse the meat with unique aromas and flavors. Workers carefully regulate the airflow and humidity by opening or closing curtains. An artful balance of technique and nature, guided by experience and intuition. By the end of this initial drying phase, each leg has lost about 20% of its original weight due to moisture evaporation. At this point, workers gently brush the surface of the ham to remove any dust or debris. Before applying a special protective fat to the exposed meat, this fat is made from a natural blend of pork, kidney fat, rice flour and water. It helps retain moisture in the exposed areas and prevents the surface from drying out or cracking during the second drying phase. This step is essential for protecting the ham during the next stage and preserving its signature smooth texture and rich flavor. In the second drying stage, the ham legs are ready to enter the curing phase. The most critical step in developing the signature flavor of Serrano ham. At this point, the meat is moved into specialized aging chambers where temperature and humidity are carefully controlled to create the ideal conditions for natural maturation. During this time, the meat's natural enzymes become highly active, breaking down proteins and fats into aromatic compounds that contribute to the ham's distinctive, complex, and deeply enticing flavor. Initially, the temperature in the curing room is kept at around 55 degrees Fahrenheit, then gradually increased to about 64 degrees Fahrenheit as the ham is transferred to the next aging chamber. After roughly 180 days, the meat begins to sweat, a descriptive way of referring to the significant loss of moisture and weight. This is the moment when the signature aroma of Serrano ham starts to fill the air. At the same time, the color of the meat and the outer surface begins to darken, a clear sign that the curing process is progressing properly as the curing process nears its completion. Completion, a master ham artisan known as a choutier, carefully inspects each ham leg one by one. Every leg is individually evaluated for meat firmness, overall shape, the condition of the outer surface, and the aroma coming from within. The artisan will feel the meat with their hands, visually examine every detail, and then move on to the most important step, checking the scent. Using a special probe, typically made from horse bone or wood, they gently insert the probe into three key areas: the heart of the ham, the main muscle, and the lower leg. After each insertion, they quickly bring the probe to their nose to assess whether the internal aroma has reached the perfect level of maturity. Today, to meet the demands of modern consumers who value convenience and want ready-to-eat products, the Serrano ham industry has made significant adjustments to its processes and strategies. Instead of only producing whole traditional ham legs, which can be difficult to store and consume quickly, especially for small households, most products are now processed into boneless, pre-sliced Serrano ham, making up a large portion of the market. After the drying stage, skilled workers use small, sharp knives to carefully debone the ham, separating the solid block of meat. This block is placed into a hydraulic press, which applies just enough pressure to shape it into a firm, square form. Pressing the meat not only makes it easier to package, but also ensures a cleaner, more uniform appearance when sliced. Next comes the slicing stage, which uses fast, precise technology. The meat is evenly cut into thin, attractive slices, ready to serve for any occasion, from family meals and parties to convenient snacks. Finally, the Serrano ham is carefully packaged in a wide variety of formats. Whole legs, center cuts, bone-in or boneless, compact blocks, thin slices or square pieces. All products are held to strict quality standards, making it easy for consumers to enjoy the rich, savory flavor of premium Serrano ham anytime. And that's the full, intricate journey behind the making of premium Serrano ham, a culinary masterpiece deeply rooted in tradition and time. Of course, there are more affordable versions available on the market, mainly differing in the breed of pig used and the length of the curing process, both key factors that greatly affect the final flavor and quality. Have you ever tried premium Serrano ham? If so, what did you think of its flavor? Do you think it was worth the price? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming food stories. See you in the next videos. The quality and flavor of Serrano ham are next. Now comes the salting phase. Workers gently rub sea salt all over the surface of each leg. The salt plays a vital role in drawing out excess moisture from the meat and creating an inhospitable environment for bacteria. As the salt pulls water from bacterial cells, it inhibits their ability to grow or survive, effectively neutralizing them. The salted legs are then neatly stacked onto special trolleys and prepared for the next stage. Next is the chilling stage. The salted legs are placed into a cold room maintained at an ideal temperature between 32 to 34 degrees Fahrenheit. This temperature range is essential for the salting process to begin effectively, as it allows the salt to deeply penetrate the meat while maximizing its antibacterial and preservative properties. Without this precise temperature, the salting wouldn't work properly, compromising both the effectiveness of the cure and overall food safety. After that, the pork legs are ready for the subsequent stages. Taken out of the cold storage, workers begin by sprinkling dry salt onto the exposed meat, making sure every surface is thoroughly covered. Then, each pork leg is carefully placed into large vats, where they're completely buried in layers of sea salt. The meat and salt alternate in even layers until the legs are fully encased. Throughout this entire process, only sea salt is used. No preservatives or additives are added. The meat is then kept in a cold, humid room where both temperature and humidity are strictly controlled. The salting period depends on the weight of each leg, typically about 1 day per kilogram of meat. That means a full leg requires between 15 to 20 days during this time. The salt not only draws out moisture and preserves the meat from spoilage, but also creates the perfect conditions for natural fermentation to begin. Once the salting process is complete, the legs are moved onto a conveyor belt and passed through rollers that remove excess surface salt. After that, they are thoroughly rinsed with high-pressure water jets to wash off any remaining salt. Next comes the shaping stage. The legs are placed into a press to form their signature shape, and then skilled workers manually tap and adjust the details to ensure each one meets the standard. Serrano ham is traditionally molded into a shape that resembles a paddle or racket, an iconic and recognizable feature. The ham legs are hung on stainless steel hooks and moved into the resting chamber, the first stage after salting. Here, the meat is kept for about 2 months in an environment designed to mimic winter conditions, with the temperature maintained at around 43 degrees Fahrenheit and high humidity levels. During this time, the salt continues to slowly